Welcome to Up to the Minutes on the Arrow channel. Our contributors provide an update on the highlights of the news in the past week in Bangladesh. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
Thousands rallied in Dhaka, Bangladesh, marking 1 month since Sheikh Hasina was ousted after a mass uprising over job quotas, leading her to flee to India. Protesters chanted anti-Hasina and anti-India slogans, accusing India of sheltering Hasina. Demonstrations occurred nationwide, with many calling for her execution. Interim leader Muhammad Yunus promised a new era for Bangladesh and criticized Hasina's political remarks from India. Amid ongoing unrest, Yunus's government is restructuring state institutions, while protests by garment workers and a violent incident involving a Hindu man also escalated tensions. U.S. officials will meet with Bangladesh's interim government to discuss support for its economy and development, according to the U.S. State Department. Nobel Peace Laureate Muhammad Yunus leads the interim government, which took power after Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina was ousted following deadly protests. Donal Lu, Assistant Secretary for South Asia, will lead the U.S. delegation, joined by officials from Treasury, USAID, and the U.S. Trade Representative. Talks will focus on Bangladesh's fiscal policy and economic reform. Lu will also visit India to discuss defense cooperation and Indo-Pacific collaboration. Bangladesh's interim government faces a major challenge in reforming the corrupt civil service, which has been plagued by issues such as bribery and leaked exam papers. The resignation of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina following student-led protests over a quota system favoring war veterans' descendants highlighted the dysfunction within the government. Corruption was rampant during Hasina's 15-year tenure, with lenient penalties for misconduct. The interim government should enforce stricter penalties, promote the Right to Information Act, encourage whistleblowers, and implement digital tools like e-procurement to increase transparency and reduce corruption. An opinion piece, or in The Diplomat, asks if it is time to declare a moratorium on the death penalty in Bangladesh. On October 10, 2024, the 22nd World Day Against the Death Penalty, themed "The Death Penalty Protects No One," will highlight the myth that it enhances safety. Bangladesh, following the end of Sheikh Hasina's rule, faces a key moment to reassess its stance on capital punishment. Bangladesh's death penalty system, which includes 33 capital offenses, is plagued by corruption, unfair trials, and prolonged solitary confinement. Many death row inmates are impoverished, uneducated, and convicted for non-serious crimes. A moratorium could allow for reforms, ensuring fair trials and compliance with international human rights obligations. The Hindu Times reports that a 15-year-old Hindu boy in Bangladesh was beaten and hacked to death by a mob inside a police station after being allegedly accused of making blasphemous comments about Prophet Muhammad on social media. The Human Rights Congress for Bangladesh Minorities, HRCBM, reported that the boy, Utsav Mandal, was lynched allegedly without forensic evidence, and that both law enforcement and army personnel were allegedly present during the attack. HRCBM condemned the act, accusing the authorities of complicity and criticizing local media for denying the crime. The incident raised concerns in India, with Prime Minister Modi expressing hopes for improved security for minorities in Bangladesh. Egyptian ambassador to Bangladesh, Omar Mohi Eldin Ahmed Fahmi, expressed interest in enhancing trade ties during a meeting with DCCI President Ashraf Ahmed. Ahmed highlighted Bangladesh's exports of frozen food, shrimp, and mangoes, and encouraged Egypt to import IT, leather, garments, ceramics, and medicine. He also sought Egypt's support in developing Bangladesh's river-based tourism. Fahmy noted the potential to boost bilateral trade, which stood at $180.55 million in 2022 to 23. He encouraged Bangladesh to import petrochemicals and fertilizers and highlighted opportunities in pharmaceuticals and using Egypt as a transshipment hub. Bangladesh's War Crimes Tribunal plans to seek the extradition of ousted leader Sheikh Hasina from India, accusing her of massacres during her 15-year rule, which ended after mass protests. Chief Prosecutor Mohammad Tajul Islam stated that legal steps will be taken to bring her back under a 2013 extradition treaty with India. Hasina fled to India on August 5th amid student-led protests, and her government is accused of human rights abuses, including extrajudicial killings. Interim leader Muhammad Yunus urged India to keep her quiet until her trial. Over 600 people were reportedly killed during the unrest.
Thank you for watching Up to the Minutes on the Arrow channel. We will continue to monitor the situation in Bangladesh and keep our viewers updated. Thank you for watching.